Last Christmas, I was in a mall in the food court having lunch with my son-in-law and his two sons. And there was this lady standing near the table, and she was looking over at us. Then she walked up and introduced herself and asked if I was Ron Brand, and I said yes. Just then, Steve, her husband, walked up and she introduced me to Steve Scott. And I think he noticed my ring and he said, "Oh, are you involved with the Yankees?" And I said yes. And he said, "You need to know about this product that I have." And he told me it was a supplement, and immediately in the back of my mind, I thought, oh, well, okay. But he told me about it and said, you need to try this. And he said, it'll really be a good thing for you. And so I went home and watched the website, and I called up and asked if he would send me some, and he sent me a couple of months' supply, and I started taking the product. Now, I'm going to turn 70 in January, and I'm not able to do the things that I used to do, and I've always been a very active person. So I started taking the Max, and about 3 weeks after I started taking it, I woke up one morning and I just said to my wife, I said, I feel different. I just feel more alert, more ready to go. I'm ready to tackle the day. And I had this aura, if you will, of just feeling better overall. Well, my son and I went out and played 18 holes of golf that day. And I noticed at about the 15th hole, when I'm usually ready to pack it in, I was ready to play. And I even asked him, I said, "Do you want to play more holes?" And he said, "No, let's go home." So I got home and the phone rang, and it was a guy from the church, and he said, "Can you play with our old men's basketball team?" By old men, they mean 35 to 50. I said, "Well, I'm going to be 7. He said, "That's okay. We just need an extra guy. We're short, and you can just stand around if you want." Well, I went out and I played 2 40-minute full-court basketball games, and being an athlete, if you get in the field of competition, you don't just stand around. I played as hard as I could play, up and down the court, for basically 2 hours, and got home that night, sat in my easy chair and watched the highlights, and fell asleep. Woke up in a few minutes to go to bed, and I was really stoved up, stiff. Everything was sore. And I said, well, this is a test, and I took a pack of Max and went to bed. Woke up the next morning, I wasn't the least bit stiff or sore. I said, man, this is it. I got on the phone and called Steve, and I said, this stuff really works. I said, this is amazing. And it's been that way on down the line. I could tell you so many things that I've noticed, little things about the aging process, and I've basically made the statement, it changed my life.
Now, Ron, you mentioned you worked with the scouts.
Mm-hmm.
How about the players? How about the players that are current? Have you ever mentioned this product to them?
Baseball's a unique sport. You play every day, compete every day, and your body takes a tremendous beating, not to mention the mental stress of playing every day and being so scrutinized by the press and everybody and the fans and everything else. And so it's a grind. You're going to see a mass consumption of this product because it does the job.
I think you're going to see that across the entire sports world.
I think so too.